It's the most wonderful time for a beer. Happy holidays, everybody. Welcome back to Maxwell Starr's beer review. Tonight we're going to take a look at one of my personal favorites, Picaroons Winter Warmer. Out once a year, this strong ale, with its deep mahogany color and intense fruity nose, is our interpretation of a classic English barley wine. Its enjoyment lies in the balance between the rich maltiness, hoppy aroma, and alcoholic warmth. So this one here is from batch, I think that says 1626, bottled on October 31st. So it was like the first batch that they came out with when they first released this. I think it's, yep, 7.5% ABV, so it certainly should be a warming beer. Let's pop the top off of this one and take a look. Whoops. Whatever. Alrighty. Pour that in my nice little Picaroons glass. Oh, I'm still burpy from the Garrison. Imagine this one's not going to be much different. Appearance-wise, it looks a lot like the Garrison. Same kind of head. Same kind of brown tan color. Lots of head. I think this one's might be a little bit darker. It's definitely got some got an amber tone with a little bit of yellowness around the edges. Slightly orangey, but mostly it's a dark colored, very malty looking beer. Lots of head. That head's got this nice thick appearance. It's got this. It's not absolutely dense. It's almost looking coarse along the sides. But the top of the beer has got this like cream kind of consistency, which is very nice looking. Lots of head. I don't think I could have poured it any gentler and gotten less. See if I can get some smell off of this without getting my nose in it. Smell's not as apparent as in the Garrison, but that could be just because I got a lot of head there. I'm almost getting a little tiny bit of like a piney hop. And maybe some orange citrus zest. Oh, there's a little bit of brown sugar. Let's try the bottle. Yeah, there's lots of brown sugar coming out of that one, like molasses and stuff. And more orange citrus zest. That's really nice. Maybe a hint of like a roasted coffee. From use of roasted malt. It smells really nice. It's not. The smell's not as quite as apparent as the Garrison I just reviewed, but it's very nice smelling beer at least. The head started to die off a little. Let me see if I can add the rest of that in the glass. Look at that head. Ooh. I might stop for a second just to let that settle. I'll be right back. Alright, so it settled a little. Yeah, it smells about the same. So let's dip into the beer. Nom nom nom. It's nice and malty sweet, but not too sweet. It's got a decent orange zest. Let's see here. It's not a whole lot to the tip of the tongue. Maybe a slight amount of cinnamon. A little bit of earthy bitterness and a little bit of sweet maltiness to the center of the tongue. And the very complex malt flavors start to kick into the back of the mouth. And you get this nice roasted, like a bit of a coffee note, like a gourmet coffee kind of thing. Maybe a little hint of an espresso coffee. Along with Picaroon's trademark diacetyl note, which is kind of like a buttery kind of flavor. It's like a typical English beer taste. You also get your brown sugar and your caramel malts, your molasses tastes. And of course you get the cinnamon, the clove, and a little bit of biting, lingering, earthy bitterness in the back. This is really nice. However, the Garrisons tended to focus more on the earthy bitterness. This one here tends to focus more on the sweet malt. But it's not a cloying sweet, it's just this nice mellow sweetness, which I find is really nice. I really like this. Yeah, this one's thoroughly enjoyable. It's kind of like a medium-bodied beer. It's not heavy or anything. It's got a nice malty taste, a malty thickness, but it's not as... It's kind of like on the level of a porter. And it is almost porter-like, I guess. It's not stout heavy or anything. This is actually really nice. You taste the cinnamon, molasses, and cloves. It's just like a spicy version of their porter almost. Somewhere between their porter and a red. I like that. That's really good. And it's not too carbonated. And I'm not getting that overly it's not too carbonated. Like, it doesn't fill your mouth with bubbles. It doesn't burn or anything. It does have some carbonation in it that gives it a nice creamy texture. But it doesn't have the amount that Garrisons did, where it made me feel like I was going to belch a lot. Mind you, I'm probably going to still burp. I mean, that's part of what beer does to you, man. It's just... what did I tell you? But to be totally honest, this one's much nicer in the carbonation department. And it's also got a nice dry finish. Alright, I'm going to sit down with this one for a bit, and I'll be back with some thoughts. Be right back. And we're back with Picaroons Winter Warmer. So, what did I think of Picaroons Winter Warmer? Well, I think in the opening phrases of this review, I pretty much summed it up. It's my favorite winter warmer. Now, we don't get a whole lot of different winter warmers here. I mean, other winter warmers I've had are Witchwood's Bah Humbug, the Garrison's Winter Warmer. This is the one I like the best, even after having those three. There's probably better winter warmers out there, but when it comes to an easily enjoyable beer, and I love my malty beers, this is a really nice one. It's almost like a hybrid between a decent red ale and some kind of stout mixed with some nice winter spices. The spices in this one are fairly mild and fairly subtle, but I don't count that as too much of a strike against it when it's such a darn good tasting beer. And it's really in a class by itself, where it's got some nice molasses taste, it's got some nice dark malts taste, got that nice little bit of a coffee bitterness to it. It's really, really good. And there's not really a whole lot I can say bad about this. There isn't really anything I can say bad. Except for maybe that lack of spices, and really it's still got some nice, decent spicing to it. Easily drinkable and thoroughly enjoyable, and certainly recommended. And if you're passing through New Brunswick, definitely pick it up this time of year. It's available from, I think it was at the beginning of November when this one first, this one was bottled on October 31st. It's sitting in my fridge for a month. And it was definitely enjoyable. And I think it's produced in right up until January or February or something. It's made up until they introduced the maple cream in February. But highly recommend it if you can get your hands on this. If you're passing through New Brunswick, you owe it to yourself. If you love big malty beers, and this is definitely a good one to try. It's not as heavy as a stout. It's more like a porter in its consistency, but it's definitely a very, very good beer. And I'm going to give this one a 4.5 out of 5. There really isn't a whole lot of winter warmers I have really to compare to this one. But of all the winter warmers that I've had, the three I've mentioned, that's the best for me. I like that one the best. And that's just maybe my personal opinion, but in a sense, that's what this review is about, what I thought of the beer. And I still think that after having those 3 beers is that that's the best. I like the Picaroons Winter Warmer the best, and certainly recommend it if you get your hands on it. Anyway, thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer reviews. Hope you have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and whatever fills your boots. And you guys have a good year. Happy New Year. Talk to you guys later, and cheers.